ThisDay. Happy Monday, and it is April 11th. We don't have any meetings to tell you about today, so we'll just jump to who's on our show. We have Juanita Skillman here on behalf of GRF, and she's going to give us an update. And then we talk with the new CEO of Hoag Orthopedic Institute, Kim Mikes, and she's got some great information for us about their future plans and what we can expect out of the Institute. All right, let's take a look at the weather. Well, we woke up with some low clouds this morning with a little bit of sprinkles. We are going to see that throughout the morning hours. However, we will be clearing and should have some partly cloudy skies this afternoon. 66, 52. The same for tomorrow, although it'll be partly sunny, a little about the same temperatures, 65, 46, and then we're looking at clear skies on Wednesday, 68, 47, Thursday, 73, 70, and Friday, 71, 52. So some mild temperatures for the week. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:25, and our sunset will be at 7:19. Thank you, Hope. What a beautiful photo of this gorgeous cactus. We appreciate you sending that in. And of course, if you have a photo that you would like to share with our community, please email it to not mine, Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. All right, when we come back, we will have Juanita Skillman here on behalf of GRF. Stick around.
Facts are frightening. 1 out of 3 people over 65 fall each year.
The idea of falling makes me very fearful.
I have a fear because my balance is poor.
The #1 reported accident for a senior is a fall.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. I want you to try 60 Up.
60 Up is the balance system that can change your life. If you have balance, strength, or mobility issues, you need 60 Up.
It's a miracle. Within a couple weeks, my balance is improved.
If you're feeling scared to get up and out, you need 60 Up.
It's easy to use and it works.
60 Up is a safe, low-impact balance exercise system with integrated poles. 60 Up strengthens your core, legs, increases cardio for energy, stamina, and overall physical health. Go to 60up.com. 60 Up has live classes, hundreds of workouts for balance, and thousands of people in our Facebook members community.
I created the 60 Up and it really works. So join me on my live classes and let me help you improve your balance and mobility together.
Try it risk-free for 30 days and get free shipping if you order now.
It changed my life.
Go to 60up.com. That's the number 60up.com.
I'm Jerry Slusowitz, founder of Pacific Financial Planners. Did you know that one simple mistake can derail your retirement plan? By not making the shift to income-based investing, you could be setting up your retirement plan to fail. If you're at or near retirement age, time is not on your side. One major stock market correction could wipe out your life savings. Visit safeincometoday.com to make the switch. Create retirement income you can count on.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
We have Juanita Skillman here, who's going to give us a GRF update. Well, Juanita, welcome. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
I was mentioning now you're sitting at this desk instead of our trading post desk, so we're happy that you can make it in. And it seems like a lot.
But I will be there a little bit later this
That's
morning.
right. Oh, so we see you 2 times today.
I get to be on twice today.
Actually, more than that because we rerun everything. So it's the Juanita Skillman Day.
Yes.
All right. Well, excellent. Well, you guys got a lot of things going on, so let's go ahead and start. I didn't even know they had a marathon here.
Yes, well, this has been going on for many years. It's sponsored by the city of Laguna Hills,
okay,
not Laguna Woods.
Okay.
But we let them come through our village.
Okay.
And so basically it's going to be on May 30th, the Memorial Day.
Oh, okay.
And they come through Gate 2, excuse me, over off Calle de Luisa, and then they go down via Estrada to Calle Aragon, down to Avenida Sevilla, back to Mallorca, and up to Estrada, and then exit out Gate 2.
Okay.
And basically that means that Gates 2 and 4 are closed from 5:45 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. when it's over.
Okay.
And cul-de-sacs 9, 10, 21 to 24, 40, 51, 61 are closed from 6:30 to 8:30.
Oh.
Now that's just closed to traffic.
Okay.
So we encourage all of our residents to come out and watch. There's nothing that encourages marathoners more than having people on the sidelines saying, go, go, go.
Oh, that's great.
So come out and see it. It's well worthwhile. It's been going on for many years, and we're really happy to participate.
Now, do you know anyone that's in the marathon?
I do not.
Okay. Neither
we
do I.
We do have village residents who do run, but I personally can't say I know any.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that they're able to do that. And you know, the more the merrier, like you said. Get out on the sidelines, wave some flags, or clap your hands and cheer. Although I don't think if I had to get up that early, I would.
I used to help with the LA Marathon.
Okay.
And I worked one of the water stops, and that's really interesting, where you're handing out cups of water. You have to hold them just so that they can grab them on the way out.
Yeah.
So we don't have that. This is just stand and cheer.
I love it. Well, that's awesome. All right, good job. Now that's good that they have that going on. Then we have. Ooh, I love it when the Equestrian Center keeps getting new things.
Oh, the Equestrian Center's just going great guns. First of all, this is the residents, the community fund, and they had a big campaign, and they raised funds for 4 shade shelters you can see in the picture over there. And the shade's really essential. It's necessary. The horses have to keep from being overheated. As we go into summer, it's going to be more and more important.
Okay.
And I have to say that we had some other things. The Saddle Club donated the shade structures. The Old Pros donated to the Equestrian Center. The Village Community Fund Phase 2 helped the herd program. So we have a number of things with donations going on at the Equestrian Center. And it was just kind of forgotten, I think, for a few years, especially during the pandemic.
Right.
So it's coming back with a blast. And we, of course, have Sheltie, our wonderful little new miniature horse. I keep wanting to say pony, but he's not. So it's fun, and there's the big Easter stuff coming up with the egg roll and all, and so chance for lots of people to see the Equestrian Center. And
well, that's been a work in progress, like you said, for quite some time, and they had a big campaign, like you mentioned, and they've done a lot of things. We talked to Laura, the director over there, and
she's
doing
done a
such
wonderful
a great job.
She really has.
She is. I know we still have yet to meet little Sebby, but we're going to get over there one of these days for sure and meet him. So good news for them. And then permit parking. There's a permit parking program.
Yes. A lot of people, first of all, have no idea that the area up above Gate 14 is even there. It's kind of the lost part of Laguna Woods Village. It's behind Stater Brothers and that shopping center. Gorgeous views, beautiful homes. And we own, GRF and the village owns the street going up.
Okay.
And so what we found is that people are using that for parking. And they are not residents or guests of the village, or even the Regency and the Whispering Flowers, which are the assisted livings that are over on the side there. And so I think maybe they're from the shopping center. We don't know what or why. But we said, hey, wait a minute, this is our street. So the program will allow staff to check on it to make sure and enforce the traffic program, and it will bring in a little revenue because we're going to be selling permits.
Okay.
If you want to park on that street, you can get a permit, and that will allow you to park on that street. And that basically goes from El Toro Road up to Gate 14. Okay. And Gate 14 is not down by El Toro Road. It's indented quite a bit. So it's that piece of road between El Toro and Gate 14 that we're talking about for the parking permits.
Okay, so in order to park on that street, you do need to have a permit.
You're going to have a permit.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. And then how do they find out how to get a permit?
Come in here to the community center.
Okay, down in resident services area?
Resident services,
Okay, perfect.
and they'll be able to do it.
Okay, great. All right, now you also had mentioned that the Equestrian Center had gotten donations from Old Pros and the other things, but there's also an ad hoc committee. Is that for the Equestrian Center?
No. The ad hoc committee that I want to talk about is the website.
Oh.
People complain about our website a lot, and they should. The website is not up to par. I mean, we're the first to admit that there's a lot that needs to be done.
Yeah.
I remind people who haven't been here for a long time that the website first came on board as a marketing tool.
Yeah.
It was strictly a marketing tool.
Right.
And then people said, oh, let's put this on it. Let's put this on it.
Yeah.
Let's put this on it. And it's a hodgepodge.
Yes.
And it's really hard to search, and it's hard to find everything that's on there.
Yeah.
Particularly, from my point of view, all of the governance materials.
Yeah.
And that's where they're available to our residents.
Right.
So we formed an ad hoc committee, and we're looking at the website, and we have budgeted some money, and I'm sure in the 2023 budget there will be more money budgeted for the website, because that is one of our main communication venues to our residents when they want to know what's going on. Besides Channel 6, of course. Which we encourage everybody to watch.
Well, it's a undertaking actually, because websites are tough to build, and especially when you want them as intricate as you want them. So it'll be a work in progress, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and the fact that we have to go from one, which we need to keep working while we're doing the new one, the transfer over, it's a very big project.
Well, it'll be a transition, and then people will be used to all the things that they're doing now. But then once the new one goes live,
it makes
then
it
it'll
easier.
Yeah, it'll be tough, but it'll be easier. So.
Yeah. So anyway, we do have a committee now that's working on that.
Perfect. Okay, good. And then there's a golf tournament coming up.
Yeah, the men's golf club every year does a memorial tournament, and it benefits the foundation, one of their biggest money raisers for the foundation.
Yep.
And so we voted to support that again.
Okay.
And I think that's
you have a donation policy.
Yes, thank you very much. The donation policy, and it's on 28-day review, so any residents that are interested in looking can go on the website and look under the agenda and see what the donation policy is, because we do have a lot of people who want to donate. Some of the things that we've seen today, the donations from clubs like the Old Pros and the Community Fund and that kind of thing for specific things, and then we have people who write us into their wills. We have people that have specific projects, and ones who just generally donate to the village. And so we felt that we really needed to have a donation policy that set up the rules and regulations, so it's not just a one-time, but they did it, but we don't do it. Can we do it, how we do it. So, but that is on 28-day review. And just a real comment, there's so many things that we do that go on 28-day review. Almost everything that we make a decision on, particularly if it includes any kind of money, has a first reading at a meeting. And then it goes on 28-day review. And that's where you, the residents, have a chance to chime in, to give us your input. You can do it by email, you can do it by phone call. Of course, you can come to a meeting and do it in person, but there are so many ways to get your feelings in.
Perfect.
So don't say, you never told us, we don't know anything about it. You've got your chance.
Well, there's, like you said, there's lots of different ways, and of course, they could always watch it
And then
here
at the
for
May
shows.
meeting, we will make the final decision on it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for the information. It was nice to have you here.
Thank you. It was good to be back.
All right. If you have any questions about what we've just discussed, of course, you could always go to the website, lagunawoodsvillage.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Kim Mikes, who is here on behalf of Hoag Orthopedic Institute, and she is the new CEO. Well, Kim, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Lisa. I appreciate it. It's very nice to join you today.
You're welcome, and we appreciate you taking the time. So you've been newly appointed in the last few months as the CEO of Hoag Orthopedic. However, you've been with Hoag and Hoag Orthopedic Institute for many, many, many years. So just give me a little, brief background on who you are and how you got to this point.
Well, Lisa, I started my career as an operating room nurse. And so when people ask me what I do, I still say I'm an operating room nurse at heart. And I actually have many years of leadership experience, some specific to the OR, but and actually specifically to orthopedics and spine, which uniquely positions me for this position. I also did attain my MBA at UCI, and so I believe that my background positions me well for this position because I can see both the clinical aspects as well as the business, and it helps round out my perspective when it comes to running a business like this. I understand even at the, the very clear down to the sterile processing and what's happening in the operating room, exactly what happens. So right. I think that positions me well for this position.
There's been an awful lot of challenges over the last, couple of years with COVID and how people have been, handling that. Now, while the Hoag Orthopedic Institute may not have had to treat COVID-19 patients, you obviously had to change your practice and change the way you saw patients and things like that. How have things changed since that's been done?
Well, we've always, because of the type of surgeries that we do here, have very rigorous infection prevention protocols. One of the things that changed most, we have everything from UV, we sterilize, we clean our rooms with UV radiation after terminal cleaning them. We have UV in our air handlers, all kinds of things. But we also did have to institute the testing protocols that all hospitals had to do.
Right.
Because we are primarily an elective organization, meaning that we don't do emergency surgeries for the most part. It allows us to provide the safest of environments for our patients.
Right.
We don't have COVID patients here. People are tested. And we have very strict protocols for visitors as well as patients, so that you can be sure that we don't have any COVID.
Right. Well, I would imagine that, like you said, you've already had all of those protocols in place prior to COVID, obviously, given the nature of what you do. But again, it just sometimes, you talk to people and there's just that added extra thing that everyone has been doing now, which is, I think it's a great thing. At least it kind of gives us an idea of, you go one step beyond, right, just to make sure. So that's excellent that you guys have done that. Now, of course, you mentioned it's a elective surgery, and many of those kind of came to a screeching halt there for a while because everyone was afraid, and most of those people were pulled and had to treat folks, on the front lines. Did you also have to do the same?
We did. In actually the month of April in 2020, we did the first time there was a shutdown.
Okay.
After that, we brought our team together, and we developed a very rigorous, phased, and criteria specific sort of approach to resuming elective surgery, and then started back up in May of 2020. Our plan was presented to the Orange County Health Authority, who later shared it with the state, and it was deemed a very safe way to resume elective surgery. And essentially it was that we resumed surgeries with the healthiest of patients who could go home the same day.
Okay.
And then after that, we started adding the patients who might have to spend a night and a little bit longer. But that was the only time that we did have to suspend surgeries. After that, other times, some of the other general acute care hospitals had to primarily because they were caring for the influx of COVID positive patients that was impacting their capacity. That didn't apply to us. So we were able to continue taking care of patients.
Wow, that's great. That's great. On the forefront, that's excellent. And, you know, what are we looking at now? I mean, are you guys back to full force? Everything seems to be running pretty smoothly.
Yes, it is. I think we are experiencing in many ways like the same that other hospitals are. There's a little, I think, in every business right now, a little bit of staffing challenge. However, because of our specialty, you know, we're a specialty organization that we only do orthopedics and spine. So, you know, here everyone is an expert. They're specially trained at what they do. Everyone from the person who does your physical therapy to the nurse who cares for you after surgery. Our staff is quite committed. And so we have very senior staff members. So we have not been as impacted as most organizations, but that is impacting everyone a little bit.
Yes, understandably so. Now, you mentioned earlier, you know, physician, I can't remember what you called it. It wasn't physician owned, which you do have a model of. Tell me what you said and what does that mean?
Yeah, so this hospital is partially owned by physicians. This in 2010, the two premier groups, I would say, in Orange County of orthopedics surgeons came together with Hoag Hospital to form this hospital. And it was based upon the model that these two groups had seen in their surgery centers that were also specialty orthopedic and spine now. But so the idea was that you can have the highest quality expert care when you focus what you're doing on the two specialties. And at this point, we have this hospital, a 70-bed hospital with 9 operating rooms, as well as 4 ambulatory surgery centers, 3 in Orange County, 1 in LA, and another one actually in development in, one of ours is in Mission Viejo.
Oh.
So down in that general area, and another one that will open in Aliso Viejo in January of 2022. Excuse me, 2023. It's in development right now.
Okay.
It's on Oso Parkway and 73. So that will be in the neighborhood down there.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's good to expand and you know, I mean, where you're located now is quite simple to get to, but this is just going to be another added convenience for those folks who don't need to travel as far, you know, as, you know, even 20 minutes. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but nonetheless, at least it's closer. So that's great. And then, you know, what are some of the things that you think has changed, not because of COVID, but just kind of like your future planning? I mean, obviously expansion is one of them.
Yes, expansion is one into, you know, into the ambulatory surgery growth. One thing that we saw happen when we resumed elective surgeries in May is more patients were willing and considered the idea of just going home the same day. So we are doing a very high number of outpatient total joint surgeries and spine surgeries who go home the same day. So that is a big shift that we have seen in the past year and a half or so. And so that's a big shift. And again, and then also we have developed capabilities here to take care of higher acuity spine than we used to. You know, we've always done spine, but some of the really large spine cases tended to be done at the general acute care hospitals. But now we take care of the highest acuity spine cases possible. Again, when you have the expertise of staff members who do nothing but orthopedics and spine, why would you go anywhere else?
Right. No, absolutely. And that's great because it seems like technology is also advancing to allow you to send people home the same day.
Yes, we have robots and, you know, all kinds of the newest technology. We have navigation systems, everything that will allow for the highest quality care for patients.
That's excellent. Well, is there anything that I've missed?
I think one thing that I didn't mention, you know, when you asked me about the physician ownership, I don't think I kind of went around that, but the fact that we are partly physician owned, it lends itself to alignment across the board with the entire leadership team, the staff, and the physicians. our group of physicians are so very smart when it comes to taking care of patients, and they know every committee that we have, our quality improvement committee and our medication safety committee has physician participation, so that when things are identified that we could do better, they're immediately on board, and quality is always foremost in their minds. They know that high quality care will always prevail when it comes to doing the best for their patients.
Yeah.
So we are able to get them in other hospitals. Sometimes can be, because I've worked at 4 other hospitals in my career, and sometimes it's a challenge to get physicians to get on board with changes as you implement them. Here, that is never a problem because they are committed to the same. We're all pulling in the same direction, and they themselves will hold each other accountable to make sure that they are following. Once a decision's made about what's best for in the interest of patient care, they will hold each other accountable for that. So it's a unique situation. I actually experienced it at one of my other positions in my career, where I was at a spine specialty hospital that was partly physician owned, and I experienced the same thing. It's just it makes things easy. It makes my job easier.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a different way to go about it. That's for sure, because I'm not aware of other hospitals here in Orange County that do such a thing. So
we're unique in that regard. Yeah,
exactly. All right, well, excellent. Well, thank you so much for the information. Congratulations, and one of these days we'll get you here in the studio.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you so much for having me on. Let me share a little about Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks.
And if you want more information about Hoag Orthopedic Institute, you can call the number that's on your screen. We'll be right back. Our movie for today is called Redeeming Love, starring Abigail Cowan. And you can see that today at 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. And that's brought to you by Providence Mission Hospital. All right, let's take a look at that weather. We are still looking at overcast skies this morning, but it should be clearing to a partly sunny skies. And we are looking at temperatures, somewhere in the mid 60s. So 66, 52, 65, 46, 68, 47, 73, 50, and 71, 52. Have a great day in the Village, and we will see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Treasures within the walls of Laguna Woods Village. The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is one of them. Nowhere in the nation has a community embraced a commitment to assist its own residents with temporary emergency support. Since 1997, the foundation makes that support available through donations by individuals, clubs, organizations, and bequests. Help the foundation to help the real treasures within the village, our friends and neighbors.